Hey guys, welcome to JoJo Cider Reviews and More. I'm JoJo. It's been a while since my last video, guys. It's been really, been busy like everyone else. You guys don't want to hear about that though. You want to get right into the beer review. So I'm going to review a beer for you guys. Happy to be back. I'm going to be reviewing Sam Adams Jack-O. This is a pumpkin beer. It's a seasonal. It's one of the seasonal beers Sam Adams puts out. And this is actually the second time this particular pumpkin beer by Sam Adams has been out. It was out last year. So, a little bit of background here. There used to be a company called Traveler Beer Company, and it was owned by Boston Beer Company, which owns Sam Adams. Traveler Beer Company I love. Particularly, I love their Jack-O Traveler Pumpkin Shandy. It's, fall seasonal beer. And also their Jolly Traveler, which was a winter ale. I love that company, but for whatever reason, Sam Adams chose to, Boston Beer Company chose to do away with it. And I guess in some ways, this is, the closest you're going to get to the Jack-O Traveler, because I would think it's a similar recipe. Last year, I wasn't thrilled with the aftertaste it had, this Jack-O one. I did score pretty highly, but then afterwards, I was kind of having second thoughts, said, hey, I kind of don't like the aftertaste in it. So I want to review this version for you guys. By the way, this is a 4.4% alcohol by volume and 8 IBUs in the beer, okay? I'm going for the pour. Smoke coming out of the glass. It is fresh. All right. So, this is what she looks like on my Sam Adams Oktoberfest glass here. Kind of like an orange, cloudy orange, I would say. Some bubbles streaming up to the surface, not a ton. Not too much of a head, half a finger if that. And you can see through the glass, but it's pretty cloudy. Okay? Kind of an orange / dark orange kind of appearance. Copper-ish, maybe a little bit lighter than copper though. It's going for the aroma. Smells sweet. I'm getting some nutmeg. A lot of different just holiday spices you're getting in it. Smells sweet. Head is pretty much gone at this point, by the way. Cinnamon. Maybe some vanilla. Smells good. See if there's a description on here before I go in for the taste. Yeah, it says perfect fall beer. Jack-O's cinnamon and nutmeg aromas recall memories of freshly baked pumpkin pie. It has the ideal balance of seasonal spices with a crisp, refreshing finish. This pumpkin ale pairs perfectly with the transition of summer into cooler days and nights. Jim Cook, founder and brewer. Pretty cool can art, by the way. If you can see, they got some pumpkins there on the back. Definitely a Halloween type color. Without further ado, guys, good to be back. Salute. So I'm liking the taste a lot more than last year, I must say. Last year there was kind of a weird aftertaste, almost like a cleaner type of taste. It's really hard to describe. I'm not getting it all this year. I'm not getting that weird aftertaste. I'm getting the pumpkin. I'm also getting vanilla. Kind of reminds me if you're having like a pumpkin pie and you have like some kind of whatever, like, vanilla ice cream or like dairy, like a whipped cream or something. I'm kind of getting that. So it's kind of getting that pumpkin. And also like a vanilla type sweetness there. You get those spices just like in the aroma. So the taste is kind of following the aroma. This is a lot better than last year, I must say. I'm getting some cinnamon there as well. One knock I have, it's watery, guys. It's pretty watery. Definitely in the light mouthfeel. It's even a little lower than that. I would say almost kind of like a watery. Does not have much body at all. So that's something that's important to you. You might not like it as much, but it is. I mean, it's pretty tasty beer, I must say. Definitely an improvement from last year. No lacing really. Let's go for one more taste. Yeah, cinnamon, nutmeg. The finish is pretty sweet. It's not cloying though, but it's a pretty sweet beer. So if you're not into the sweet beers, you might not like it as much, but it's a good, very good seasonal beer. You can get these in the variety packs. So this year in the fall variety pack, you have the Boston Lager, which is a staple. It's in a lot of the variety packs. You have the Jack-O. You have the Oktoberfest, which I'll be reviewing in a little bit here, and also Fest beer. And I'll explain more difference between a Märzen, which is their Oktoberfest here, and a Fest beer in the Fest beer review, and the Oktoberfest review. And I'll hopefully be reviewing those in the next couple weeks. Probably going to review the Oktoberfest one later today. Anyways, first score. Kind of reminds me, honestly, of the Jack-O Traveler. Definitely not as tasty, more watery, but the flavor is there, though. The notes are right on point as far as pumpkin goes, I would say, and some vanilla, some nutmeg. It's good. Let's go with the 86 out of 100. I think last year I even went into the lower 90s again. My initial reaction was that I liked it a lot more. Afterwards, I was like, kind of was having second thoughts. So even though I'm scoring it a little bit lower than last year's, I like this batch a lot better. So this is the Jack-O Sam Adams Pumpkin Beer, Seasonal Fall Beer for 2021. 86 out of 100. I appreciate you guys watching. It's good to be back. Until next time, salute.